dating. It looks like dating. But again, it looks like dating.
I mean, now your family.
It looks like it sounded like you were ending it.
It looks like dating with intention. Intentional dating that is not going to get you in trouble. Because if you're courting and we're both godly people, we're not trying to put ourselves in compromising situations where now, oh Lord, I'm about to go, and we're having sex, and you court with intention.
Welcome back to Truth at the Table. My name's Tariq.
Ethan Taylor.
Stacy Walker.
It's your girl Vanessa.
It's Alyssa here.
Zay here.
Theta.
Eddie.
Thanks guys for tuning back in. I'm so glad that we've made it to, what is this, episode 3? Thanks for all the support, all the likes, the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We're going to get into tonight's topic, right? So we got a lot of feedback about episodes 1 and 2. So that being said, tonight we're going to kind of get into it a little bit deeper. Tonight's topic is going to be dating versus courting. And a lot could be said about that and what's the difference and how you do it and all of that good stuff. Should you do it?
Is there a difference between dating and courting?
Yeah, well, dating and courting, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe dating. Oh, I'm sure y'all will. All right, but dating and courting, like dating is when you are just basically trying to seek out different, like multiple people at the same time. You're dating various people, but then when you're courting, you're just focusing all your attention on that one. You feel like you found the one, and you're gonna pour all your attention to that person, and that's courting, and that should lead to a marriage. Whoever you're courting, you feel that, all right, I could lock down with this one. So that's my quick synopsis of dating versus courting. And you?
I like to put it like this. Dating is like, I was having a conversation with someone and we kind of came to this. Dating is like a comma. Courting is a period.
Deep!
I like that.
Full stop.
I feel like I read that on Google, I'm not going to lie.
Maybe that's where that came from in the conversation. This was a conversation with somebody you probably did. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a famous saying.
I
Could be.
feel like I'm gonna look it up right now. Say that? No, I'm done, and I like that. I like the way that the person put it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's true. If you're choosing this person A, like, all right, we're gonna do this together. Your goal is marriage. When you're dating someone,
Is that the same, the modern terms for saying talking to? Because back in the day, like, oh, I'm talking to her, I'm talking to him, as opposed to dating. Because again, because dating again, like we said, and if you watch episode 1 and 2, I said that is a new concept, right? That was something created in the 1950s. So, and now again, remember, we're Truth at the Table. At a Christian perspective, is dating considered permissible in the church as opposed to courtship? Because we know everybody courting. People didn't actually date back in the day. I like her, we court. So, is it talking to? Is it a new back in the
I think when he said dating is multiple people, I don't see it that way. I think he's showing date one person. Because when you date someone, you should have intentions of getting married. It should lead to courtship. Now I think you can talk to different people.
So again. So you agree with me? So talking, So dating it,
To me, why dating? I think courtship is more the commitment side.
Yes.
But I think dating is the intro. Well, like she said, you're right.
Yeah.
The intro to the commitment.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm interested in you. Let's see where this can go. How can you talk to 12 people at one time? I mean, how can you date 12 people at one time?
That's confusion.
It's been done before, though.
Huh?
It's been done, especially in this day and age. You're talking to somebody in 2021. It's been done before.
What's the difference between talking and dating?
Okay, yeah, that's
Okay,
question.
so
Let's start there.
Right. But what I wanted to say about what she said though is, if we're talking about what's the difference if it's permissible for Christians and whatever, the way I look at it, I'm thinking about it like this, because technically dating and talking to is the same. It's the same concept. Well, it should be, because as Christians, we don't necessarily date like how the world dates. Where ideally we want to court. You're looking for someone to get married to, not to just casually date. So I kind of look at it like the word gay. The word gay literally means happy. However, it has another connotation at this point.
Yeah.
So when you use it, no one is gonna think of it like happy. You're gonna think of it like homosexuality.
Exactly.
So I kind of think of dating and the courting thing the same. So when I say dating, no one really understands that I mean, yes, I'm a Christian and I'm gonna be courting and I'm going to be, saved and keep myself virtuous. No, they're like, all right, yeah, girl, you about to go get you some and whatever. And it could be misconstrued that way.
Okay, so if you're dating, is that boyfriend and girlfriend then? Because that's another thing. They'd be like, oh, we've known Christians who've been in a relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend, for several years. So at that point, is that dating? That's not courting no more at this point, right? Is when does the breakdown? When do we break it down? When do we make it like official? Like 5 years? Dating?
It does come to.
I mean, I can understand if you've been engaged and you working, even if at least you had some say.
I'm not being engaged for
5
5
years.
years.
But I know, but
No.
haven't we seen that? We've known some people say they had a boyfriend that we've been dating for years.
Yeah, how exactly?
Like, that's
does
okay
that
to say
happen,
if maybe you started young.
Yeah.
But I'm 30 years old right now. If somebody comes to me and
Thank
no,
you.
baby, we are not going to be together for 5 years.
5
without no
years.
commitment.
Come on.
I'm
So
30
no,
years.
it's not okay.
Okay.
Ladies, don't let them string you along for 5
All
years.
right, but let's reel it back in with the whole the difference of
Yeah.
dating and talking. Zay, you said that I saw you nodding.
Oh,
your head.
yes.
It was
Sorry,
like
Zay.
not
It's on
agreeing
your
with
heart.
the message.
It
You was
wasn't
like,
in your
nah.
heart.
So break it
It's on
down.
your heart.
What do you feel about? What's the difference?
I don't think there's anything to break down. I think we make a lot of stuff complicated.
True.
It's real simple. People talk. People date. And when people want to get married, boy, this is the thing. From a Christian perspective, none of it is biblical. Courtship isn't biblical. Dating isn't biblical. And talking, we need to have a conversation. So what I'm simply saying is, we try to put all these rules and regulations on certain things and say, we have to court because court, like everybody does court and they get married.
So wait, they meet and they get married? Is that what you're saying?
Some
You have some people that literally,
Well, yeah.
Vanessa, how long
Vanessa, right. What did you say?
Vanessa, how long you was talking?
I believe it was the first, episode you told us.
Yeah, Vanessa, how long you was talking?
4 months.
Ooh, real short, real nice and sweet.
But that's
Was that
still,
courting
but that
or
still
dating? What were
was
you
kind of.
Well,
If
yeah,
you-
I mean, from the inception of, we both had the same
Intention?
Yeah,
intentions and
exactly.
idea of what
Exactly.
was going
That
on. Like,
considered
yeah,
courtship?
I'm only talking to you because
Oh,
I'm
you're
looking
looking
for a
for a
husband.
friend.
You're only talking to me
did
because
you
you're looking
just-
for a wife.
Did you just use talking? Now remember what I just said? I just put in the 3 categories. I said we talking.
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
I'm just saying.
But you gotta talk to somebody in the initial meeting.
Yeah, of
You gotta
course.
understand.
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's arranged marriage.
Hold on,
Go ahead.
I agree. All I'm saying is before we make stuff complicated, the first words that came out of her mouth, and it was 4 months, and then she got married, and they are great together.
10 years.
She went through those 3 stages real quick.
But that's an exception to the. But is that an
Every
exception or
month.
is that the rule?
Yeah, that's an exception.
There are no rules.
What rule?
That's
Those
it.
who made the rule.
Exactly.
Okay.
Look,
Well, can I ask you a
Society.
question?
Okay. Go
Here's a
ahead.
question. You said you can date multiple people. I'm dating one young lady.
Okay.
On a day, I'm gonna tell, hey, I really like you. Hey, I'm gonna get it back with you because I'm dating somebody else tomorrow night to find out which one y'all want.
A lot of people do that.
That's
But
it.
it's not- but-
Wait, once again, you in 2021, you'd be surprised how many of my own friends have done that straight up to a woman, to a young woman. They have strictly met somebody and they said, listen, I'm gonna keep it real, frank with you. Not I'm looking to get somewhere, a distance tonight. And tomorrow we're gonna have to figure something out. Future turn up. But tonight, because I don't know if there's gonna be tomorrow. Tomorrow's not promised, but tonight I'm hoping to get something.
keep that thing 100.
we gonna, and it works. Y'all looking at me crazy, but
That's
if it
what it
works,
I know, but they let them get that far.
Ooh, don't say that word. They're gonna get them ladies in trouble.
They should. That's not accountable. You telling me, hey, I want to get somewhere tonight. I don't know if tomorrow we gonna go. If you giving up money, baby.
But that's Picasso's point, right?
No, that was too different.
I remember last last episode, somebody said that you gotta test the water sometimes.
You don't have to.
No, that ain't
You don't have
Some
to.
people do.
No.
Some people
What
do.
he's talking
No.
about sexually test the waters before marriage.
No,
That's-
he was telling the truth. But what show? No one else show.
Yeah, that's what this show.
What show?
It was brought up.
No.
It was
It
brought
was
up.
said.
We
It was
was said that somebody
said
said it was-
some
Yeah.
Christian, so-called Christian
And we said they
people-
still being worked on.
right,
Yeah,
because
that's
obviously that's not biblical.
Yes.
But I used to, when I was dating or whatever, and I was single, I used to talk to multiple people. And I don't want to say date because you were not nobody to me.
Exactly.
I was not committed to you. You were not committed to me. I'm a person that
Getting to know
thought
them.
that I thought you were nice. I might like you. Hey, I might want to get to know you. So hey, let's go to Top Golf and chill. And if the next day comes or the next week comes and I'm like, okay, DeCosta, yeah, let's go to the movies or something. I don't understand.
So
what
does
that-
like all dating require like some form of commitment?
If you want to put it into perspective, yes. Talking doesn't require any form of commitment
Yes.
at all. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, a lot of us,
I was gonna say, hey.
the great majority, man, look, 95% of everybody talking. Period. At the end. Now, whatever you choosing to do when you're talking, that's what you're choosing to do.
I got it. I figured
Yeah.
something out. Maybe in my mind is trying to wrap all this together.
No, bro.
I think there's a
you
difference.
good,
I think there's a difference between me taking you on a date and me dating you.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay,
My mind's saying well, a date.
That's what we
That's
like.
what I was saying.
Which is
Okay.
also like talking to.
You
Yeah.
can talk and still go on a date.
No,
Right.
But what if we are
I agree.
dating?
But if you're dating, you hang out.
No,
One
it's
outing.
not a date, bro. No, that's what I say to be complicated. You feel what I'm saying? We can go to the movies.
So it's just a hangout.
That's what I'm saying. It's called hanging out. That's what's talking
We're
about.
not dating. It ain't
Okay.
taking on no date. Me and you going to movies and I just met you on Monday. You want to go to movies on Thursday? Ain't no date, really.
I think in my
That's a
time,
hangout.
I think in my time when we were dating, it came with a form of commitment.
That's why when she said, so here we go. I'll keep it into perspective. You got talking, you got dating, you got courtship. Two of those require some type of, I love what she just said, two of those should require some type of commitment, which is dating and courtship. When we talking, hey, I'm gonna go with 2 to the movies this weekend. Next weekend, depending on what happened, I'm gonna go to other person. Dating, bruh. We talking.
We went on a date.
No, don't complicate.
Don't use
bro.
a date. We went
Bro.
out. We
We
hung
We
went
out.
went to the
Outing.
movies.
Yes, we went on an
Yeah,
outing.
we went to the movies.
Okay.
We went bowling. We went to South
So
Beach.
did we come to a
Right.
consensus that dating is a commitment?
I mean,
Nah, watch this. Here we go.
Okay.
We go to the movies. Oh, shoot, boy, I'm starting to like her more than all the rest of these other 5 girls that I'm talking to. I'm starting to like her. All the rest of these other 5 girls I'm liking to. You know what? I'm gonna show her a little bit more commitment, right? So I go out. Listen to what, bro. Listen to what she just said. Some form of commitment. So since I'm liking this one more than the others, I'm gonna probably talk to y'all for 30 minutes. So I'm talking to you at 8, talking to you at 9, talking to you at 10. But when 11 o'clock come, I'm talking to Alyssa like 11 or 1 o'clock.
so don't talk to me at all then.
No. We talking. Hold on.
Wait.
I gotta make a decision. We talking.
Yeah,
I gotta make a decision. Nothing.
No, but
There's
here's-
nothing
but
wrong
here's
with
the
talking,
thing.
bro.
No, but
All right.
For all he knows, you could be talking to 5 of them.
Right.
You could be thinking the same thing. I'm
It
liking
just
somebody
depends
else
on
more.
like what you guys say from jump. Like if you're open and say, okay, I'm talking
That's
to
what
multiple
I'm
people.
going.
Yeah, make it
then
clear.
that's okay.
And let me make that
Right,
decision.
exactly. If
Let
you
me
wanna
know that
continue.
you're talking
But
to me all
again,
together.
but this is my thing. We coming
Right.
again. This still sound, and no offense, 2021, nothing. Where do we draw the line? How are we supposed to? What is the correct way of doing it? Because a lot of that is a lot of emotional strings, and this is why you have church boy players. That's why we have so much fornication in church right now. We have so many things. We got women, and my husband loved to say it. They hit the wall. I'm giving it to you, baby. Hit the wall because women are bruised and battered. Now you're giving yourselves more baggage. The thing is, make your intentions known. If you are not, as a male, for one, because it say when he found a wife, he found a good thing. Women make themselves available. That's what we do. We are on the scene. We in the marketplace. I'm out here. I might be here. You might see me. I'm walking back. Whatever. But men, you need to know when you're going with the intention. Anytime you approach a woman of God, because the thing is, what we're saying, we have too many lucid things that we do in the black church. And guess who's suffering the most when it comes to marriage, okay? As a community. So my whole point is, if you sitting up here just want to play around, I want to talk to her, you're not serious about looking for a wife. Because one thing, first of all, you want to see your wife working. You want to see purpose. You should know where you're going, what you're trying to do, what goals, what God has called you for. Because at the end of the day, this is why we say God view. It don't matter what we feel or what we think. It has to line up with the word of God. So even if you said dating and touch, none of that is biblical, it still was a way that it was done, even in the Bible times. Because guess what? The families chose the spouse. The family kept it together. They did not keep them, hey, I'm going to let you talk to both my daughters. Think about it. Let's talk about the one right there, Leah and Rachel. Their daddy tried to get Leah married off. He would say, talk to both of him and Leah. I'll let you marry both of them. You marry her first. No, there is a strategic thing. Stop playing with these girls' emotion. Be serious. Own your stuff. Girls, stop. You have to make them work for it. Like the eagle have to go through all kind of tests just to get the female eagle to watch him. Why are we sitting up here gonna let a boy gonna tell me, hey, I want to get somewhere today, and I'm talking to season. So I'm gonna walk away with you like, bro, you crazy? Because I always want to be the center of attention, and that's why I'm just saying, don't play the game.
No, and
But that's what I just said.
no, but the thing is, though, with the whole, how it changes from talking and to dating, this is like, I can't say that I'm talking to Peter Gay, I'm talking to Vanessa.
Thank you.
And then I'm also taking them out. Like, let talking just be talking, because even if I'm just taking you out just to check it, I'm actually going to lead on the girls. Because if I'm taking you out exclusively, hanging out at the mall or whatever, it could be in a public place, it's still making the woman feel that, I'm interested.
And we call it a prospect.
So you can't take, like, if you're going to take somebody out, make sure that that's one that you're actually thinking about committing to. You cannot be like taking 3 people out at the same time. When you're talking to various people just to get to know them, that's different. But when you're taking them out, that's another level. You can't say that you're still talking to them. Even if as a guy, we know as guys, we could compartmentalize a lot of things. I could take somebody out and be like, well, I was just chilling, but we have to be responsible as men in the church, because there's another level.
That's another level.
We're not thinking about the world view, but we're thinking this is the truth. And the truth is that we have that responsibility as young men not to lead our.
So you taking me out?
You taking me out. It's a different message. Because action speaks louder than words. And that's a communicating something different.
I like how you kind of kept up the accountability for the men, but I want to say something to us women. I feel like we also have to keep it 100. We like to live in a la-la world where we get very emotionally attached, and then we live in the future. We're seeing things that are not existing. We're seeing all kind of things that aren't really there, and we got to do better. That's why we get our feelings hurt. And then
you make it bigger than it.
You make it bigger than, and you
even sometimes when the man does say what his intentions are, we're like, oh, I can do this and I can
change. And you can change them. And that scares them away. They think you're nuts. Am I right?
I'm gonna say I think you're right, especially for maybe our generation. But I think the other generation, like I said earlier, is a new day. I think they're starting to change that. Women start to be the ones who just open it up. They the ones who got the feelings, and the guys got the feelings.
What you forget is that they nowadays it's becoming more and more of a gender swap situation, like where a guy could just be hanging out, minding on his own business, and then probably seem like he's in a way, and a woman gonna come out of nowhere and go like, hey, big fella.
but I think beware of the strange woman.
Everybody's like, oh, sugar shy, whatever. Like, it's definitely a thing. Like with females, it's like, oh, you're gonna miss out on your opportunity if you don't shoot your shot. Like, bro, I'm gonna wait. Like, I want the person to come to me. And it's not even like I'm hiding and I'm gonna like.
I'm like getting this little corner and be like, oh my god, he has to find me.
But
But
It's a big deal.
do you agree with that statement?
But
that
I don't
your
think
generation
like
is
I have
different?
to wait for a man to just
Yeah.
talk to me because
But is
I'm
it a
like,
good thing?
oh, who he that findeth the wife findeth a good thing. So I'm not allowed to talk to a man and say, hey,
No.
you know, I think you're attractive.
There's nothing wrong
Oh,
with that.
that's.
Go ahead.
But to say, sorry.
No, finish.
Oh,
No,
no, but like to say, I want to get with,
Right.
that is where the line is a bit.
Because I think when people, especially again, we're speaking to the believers, the Christian people. I think we have like this women. We have this misconception of, oh well, he that findeth the wife findeth the but that doesn't mean you can't. Again, put yourself on the scene that you can't be yourself, that you can't even talk to a guy. I feel like we play a lot of games, and I'm not saying that we should just kind of be out there and forget our principles and forget how to, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like we miss out because we're not honest. I like you, and I can't tell you that I like you because it's you that has to find the way. I'm like,
Be up front.
I mean, but that is dangerous though.
Okay.
You gonna
Take
tell somebody
accountability.
you like him, they wouldn't stay. Like, oh, she like me. Okay,
No,
now you gave away the.
not stalker vibe, like out of nowhere. Oh my God, I love you. I think you're so cute. No.
I think if a woman tells you she likes you, she already has emotional attachment to that.
She done been like,
Okay, alright.
That's
so
tough.
She
what
done
I got from
dreamed
Vanessa
that
is
out.
like for
That's
me to
tough.
say, oh my God, your makeup is so gorgeous. Like, I love it. And then for me to say, oh my God, I love your outfit. Or
no, see,
whatever
that's,
for men,
but that's
you love it.
no. But that's no. That's different. I can see that. Like, oh man, them shoes looking fresh. But I see you today. You know, there's a way. But I come in. Hey, say how you doing? I just saw you and I like.
No.
No, and that is not what I was saying.
Yeah,
But look,
I think
But I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think Vanessa meant like once you get to
Yeah.
know the person
course.
and it's obvious that they're feeling you. I think it's okay to say.
Because some men
Not the
say
crazy girl that's
Like,
I've been seeing you abuse that. I think you're
what if the
slow.
man is wondering?
Shout out to my husband, babe. You already know.
All day.
You know, if the man is wondering, you kind of want to make it known. Hey, I'm feeling you as much as you're feeling me.
I'm gonna tell you how I think a lot of our generation did it. Y'all call it inappropriate hours. That's how you know. She called 11:30 at night.
Lies.
Praise God. Hey, them late night calls are a giveaway.
But look, there's a big gap hole in what he said earlier is that nowadays it's like, as I said with the gender swapping roles, the men, a lot of men these days can be or come off as more emotional than women because it's statistics. Men don't get a lot of affection or whatever like that. Like two women could meet up randomly, never have met each other day in their life and go like, look, I love your makeup, I love your outfit, and they become best friends in an instant. I'm not saying two men can become best friends like over a drink, like what you drink, I like your shoes or whatever. Like, two men can do that. But as far as women companionship is concerned, a lot of men don't get that affection and upfrontness as a lot of women do. A fine woman can walk into a marketplace and 50 dudes on her already. Married, single, I hate to say it, but you know, all of them. But a fine guy can walk through and
everybody had
yeah. So if
We're talking amongst our girlfriends.
if a woman comes up to a dude these days and go like, I think your shoes are fire, I'm gonna tell you up front, I know numerous men, uncountable amount of men that's gonna be like, man, this one woman flirted with me today, man. She was really digging me. What she said?
But that's a legit thing. I've actually heard my husband say that. Like he's been out and
They gave me some extra food today. She was checking me out today. You know?
I mean, but that's just attraction.
That's a dangerous thing for a woman to go up to a dude.
I think the general consensus should be this. In regards to, we're talking about truth at the table and biblical truth. Dating, courting, again, you're right, Zay. It is not biblical. It's not in the Bible. However, the Bible does tell us not to let our good be spoken evil of. It does tell us to shun the very appearance of evil. These are things that the Bible does tell us. So our actions are important. The way we do things matter because they bring certain outcomes, and we know those outcomes.
of God.
Yes, because we represent at the end of the day. Hallelujah.
Exactly, and those outcomes carry consequences. And at the end of the day, we do represent Christ. We're not our own.
Yes.
It's not about us.
No.
It's not what we feel like doing. We can't just do. It's not about that. At the end of the day, we have to be a reflection of God and His Word.
Amen.
So when we break it down, are we living by certain rules? Should we put people in a box and be like, well, you can't do this and you can't date and you can't court? No one is saying that. However, I think we need to be more mindful of how we conduct ourselves, especially in the courting arena when it comes on to opposite sex. That's why we get in so much problems, though. And we bring the baggage into our marriages, and marriages are failing.
And another thing is the reason why this show is even here is so that we could combat what society sent. A lot of things is seeping into the church, the mindset, and it's not working out. First of all, it's not going to work out because it's against what the precepts of God. You know, so we need to now see. All right, although we are not living in a bubble, but we need to also be careful of what is seeping into our mind and filter that thing. So that's why it's so good to have these type of conversations, and
For sure.
we hope that this is allowing you all to like have your own conversations, but make sure that the truth is at the end of the day at the center. So so just I want just to ask the definition so that we just leave with something like tangible in regards to, now that we set up our own different pieces of what dating and talking is, what would you define dating, and what would you, can we all like come up with a solid definition of what dating is and what courting is? Like, we talked a lot about the dating and talking part. What does courtship look like? Can we just speak on that?
I think courtship is two people coming together with the intention of marriage. I'm a saved woman. I love God. You're a saved man. You love God, and ultimately, I'm looking for someone to share my life with and to have a commitment with. And I'm not trying to play games. I'm not trying to sleep around. I'm not trying to put a wedge between my relationship with God. I need you to come along with me and partner with me so we can serve God together.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And like she said, when we're coming together, we have the same value system. At the end of the day, marriage is to give glory to God, for one. We need to be married so we can create more godly children, because at the end of the day, where was this instituted? This is a biblical principle. Marriage is a godly principle. The world is trying to make it derogatory. They're trying to taint it, make it ugly, make it something that's nothing. That's why I can download an app in 5 minutes and I'm not even a minister, because they're trying to make a mockery of it. Again, so at the end of the day, we are doing this. The difference between dating and courting, yes, dating, you're exploring, you're trying to find. When you start to court, you're gonna find out, do we mesh? Do we have the same value system? Will you align with my purpose? Will you be in addition? Will we come to the table with something? Okay, we're doing this to give God the glory. So again, if you are in these situations, and we've all fallen short, we've been in situations where we've been hurt, where we've made mistakes, but I encourage you to find your local pastor or a local counselor. Get counseling, because you are hurting. Broken people do not need to come together if you're broken. Okay, fix this first. Let God heal you. Okay, He is able. If we had an altar, we'll say, come on to the altar. But at the end of the day, this is for God's glory. We want to get it right, people of God. All right, so we are here for you to keep it true, keep it 100. But at the end of the day, it's for God's glory. So
don't forget to like, comment, share. Please DM us any questions, any topics that you want to talk about, prayer requests, all of that. We want to hear it all. Okay, please.
Pray for us.
Okay, pray for us as we pray for you.
And I want to pray for the brother whose heart was broken and she wasn't being loyal and she ain't telling us.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll meet you at the table next week.
All right. Meet us at the table later.